Hey, we're back for another season of When Marriage and Purpose Collide.
We're here to inspire and encourage Christian singles who are striving to date with a desire and purpose for marriage.
We will provide you with thought-provoking hot topics that not only challenge your thinking, but can encourage you in your single season.
We speak about topics like this all the time. We're just taking you along for the ride.
So sit back and join us. On to the episode. Y'all, hey,
What up?
we back for another episode. Hey, we back for another episode. I always am the hype one.
Every time. Welcome to When Marriage
and Purpose
Collide, the podcast.
And y'all, we're in season 4. It's just been heavy hitters this whole time. If y'all have not watched the other podcast episodes, I'm gonna need y'all to go ahead and go ahead and binge watch them. Okay.
My favorite one's the introvert.
Oh yeah, with dating as an introvert.
Because my cousin was on there.
Yeah. It was good. It was good. People are still watching it. They're reviewing. They're telling us as a married couple or whatnot, they're still seeing that as a way to people to see what introverts think like. Live like.
In a way.
Not all, but it offered some great context.
Dating tips.
Some great dating tips in the introvert world. So yes, I'm so glad y'all here. Please do subscribe, like, comment, all of the things. We love when y'all do that. We love when y'all show us love. But listen, we have some amazing people here on our podcast today. You know, we've had some fire guests before, and I love all the guests that we've had before. But these people right here, the Wilsons right here, man, let me tell you, I had the pleasure of just meeting Thomas and his wife some time ago, and I was on Thomas's podcast. But before we get in that, okay, cool. Yes, I was going to have them actually we could talk about the confessions first, but let's go ahead and do some introductions first.
Oh yeah,
let's do that first. Let's go ahead, and we have another lovely couple here. We want them to introduce themselves, give a brief introduction of who you are, how y'all doing, where y'all live, all the things. Go ahead, start us off.
All right, listen, good evening, everybody. Listen, I am Thomas Wilson, and this is my wife,
LaTasha Wilson.
Listen, so we're the Wilsons, you guys. We reside here in North Carolina, Sanford, North Carolina, where we've been for the past 9 years. Married, 2 kids, 2 girls, 8 and 18.
Okay.
Yeah, so listen, life is good. Business owners, all that fun stuff.
I needed that 10-year gap. I'm telling you, it was needed. It was needed. They continue.
It was cool.
I love it.
Yeah, the blended family.
Okay.
Coming into it with the blended family was definitely very interesting. And then diving into marriage, and then having the youngest Harmony, and then closing on a house and building the house, and that all that fun things, all that in 2015. Then doing ministry together.
Yeah.
So balancing all of those things, all at the fun spot. But yeah, that's a little bit.
Yeah. Okay. Thank you so much for the intro. Thank you so much. So y'all know that we like to start off with something called
Confessionals.
This is my confession.
Still add it in there.
And this is my confession. No. So we start off with confessions. So it's basically lighthearted. It could be whatever it is that we want to confess or tell to the world that people may not know about us or what we think. And so I'll have you start us off.
Oh, good, because I was like, I'm gonna put this. So you know how you on the highway, right? And then you got somebody in front of you, they go slow. They probably like 45, maybe 50 in the 65 zone. So you go around. Why they start speeding up next to you, instead of letting you go around, like that makes me so mad every time. And she was like, what about that? I was like, you know what? That's a good one, because that just happened on my way home. I'm like, why? But then she was talking about, well, I do that sometimes when I'm on the phone. I'm like, you the problem.
to play around with people sometimes because sometimes it's not like purposeful. Sometimes I am like in the zone, and so I'm driving a certain speed limit, and then I wake up and I'm like, oh, like I'm supposed to be driving faster right now, and so I just dart and drive faster. So that person's probably like, "Are you serious?
Are you serious?
Are you serious?" And so,
I'm not trying to break the speed limit to get past you, but it looks like I'm gonna have to now.
and then sometimes I just like playing with people. So, so I'll go faster, and I'll go slow. I go faster. So it's scary sometimes.
All right.
So yeah, thank you for that confession.
Yeah.
So yeah.
What's yours?
Yes. My confession is that, and I got this from being at the airport when I had to go back to California to visit family.
Oh, fancy.
Okay. Was and I love doing this is people watching. I love to people watch and to see you know how they operate and what's happening, but I like to go a step further especially since I'm in the airport. I like to like put a story, my own story of who they are and why they're traveling. And so and so it's just like, I don't know, maybe it's the poet and the writer in me that does that. I don't know why, the creative person in me, but I just look at people as they're walking and they're sitting there reading their book, drinking their coffee, or with their family or with the littles or whatever it is. I'm like, oh, okay, they're probably on vacation. Oh no, they probably lost a loved one. I don't know. They're looking a little somber right now. Like, I don't know. Like, I put something. I told you I put a picture to it.
Been happy they lost a loved one,
but I put the story.
All right.
But anyway, that's my confession. I think I love the people watch, period. But specifically at the airport, I like to do that. So that's my confession. Anybody out there, if y'all listening in social media land or streaming land, let me know if y'all do the same.
Yeah, we do that all the time. Like recently, we just saw two old men behind a van. We was having a whole conversation for them.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
they wasn't even talking. We just had a whole conversation for them. I just
like making up conversations too. Yeah, so
it's always Bob and Bill.
Bob. Oh yeah, it's Bob. Hey Bill.
Hey Bill.
Hey Bob. Anyway, so that's our confessions. Do y'all have any that you would like to share?
Oh, you want? Okay, I'm gonna be so funny right now. Jesus is good. That's a whole confession right there.
All
right, that's the whole confession. Everybody know that. So here's one that I guess if you know me, then you know it. If you don't know me, then okay, it'll be like wow. So I'm gonna piggyback on what you said, sir. When it comes to driving, I am that driver that will drive slow and get to wherever I need to go whenever I get there. Because my motto on the road is this: get there, speed up for what? Like, for what's the point?
For what? That should be
like what is the point of driving 80 in a 75 just to get? Because you're gonna get to I'm gonna get to wherever I need to get to whenever I get there. Mm-hmm. And my mother always said growing up, and she said about people on the road, if you need to be somewhere at a certain time, leave the house early. Mm-hmm. So like if I know I need to be at church at 10, I'm in the car, I'm dressed, I'm ready to go at 9:15.
9:15.
Even though it may only take 20, 25 minutes to get there. I want to get there early. Mm-hmm. That way I'm already in place and everything else. So for me, I'm that person, and I'll get there. I chill with the music. If we got a song rocking and we rocking all the way down the road, and then they do a break, I might throw the brake on, and I flow with my music while driving.
I picture you now. I'm driving by. I'm like, this man.
I can't.
It's a whole concert. It's a whole concert in the car with me by myself. I'm talking. I'm the choir director. I'm doing parts. I'm playing notes. The whole nine. So much. Here's the confession part. I've gotten stopped before. Oh. For that. I know it's a podcast. Yeah. I've gotten stopped before for that. And yeah, the cop was cool. Got a warning. He was just like, yeah, focus on the road. I was like, oh, okay, cool. And then went right back to doing what I was doing. Sir, you can get Jesus too. Hey,
Exactly. You could just
So-
look, Jesus spread the love everywhere, Tom.
He was probably
That's
like,
right.
this man's over here having a party going 25 and 70. Like, he probably like, sir, speak. You know what? Pull over.
That's hilarious. That is too funny to me. All right, LaTasha, you got anything?
Yeah. This is my confession.
Keep it clean.
Keep it clean.
Keep it clean.
It's a good one.
You might have to go off the deep end a little bit. It's okay. Go ahead.
This is my confession. Both of our daughters are allergic to animals, like pet dander, animal fur, things of that nature. So we convinced my husband that, you know, we needed a pet.
Y'all ain't praying.
And he thought it was for the girls, but in reality, it was for me.
Okay.
But we ended up getting a Russian tortoise. So now
Oh,
we
what
have a
now?
turtle. We have a tortoise
A
named
tortoise.
Molasses June.
What? You have a turtle
Look, he's gonna go get her too.
Oh my goodness. Get this
What?
turtle.
What was the name again?
Her name is Molasses June.
That sounds like
Molasses.
did they do that? Did they call
The girls named her, but in reality, she was for me.
Okay.
Okay.
It was like the best of both worlds because you know the girls, we can't have a dog, we can't have a cat.
Mm-hmm.
You won't let me have a snake. There's no
Mm-mm.
other animals other than
Let me see this turtle.
You never had animals in your podcast before, have you?
Turtle. Oh, it looks
They're totally like, what
Molasses-
up?
Molasses look kind of mean.
Swimming.
Just a hey, how you doing? Yeah.
But we've had her for 4 years.
Oh,
So
yes? Really?
yeah,
Y'all got her when she was a baby?
yes.
Oh, that's so sweet.
But that is my confession. I
All
got
right.
myself a nice Russian tortoise out of it.
Okay.
Okay, I can see that, especially when the kids are allergic to stuff. You got to find something to have a little something.
Could have been a gecko.
Well, he was like, "Well, we can get a hypoallergenic animal." I'm like, "Not for $1,000."
Hyperallergenic. Yeah,
Like a lotion.
you can get a gluten-free pet.
A gluten-free pet.
That part, not at the rate of $1,000, $2,000, $4,000. No.
I probably
No,
did.
not all that.
What's that? No, you still get dandruff. I was about to say Siamese cat.
Okay. Siamese cat. Yeah. Oh, the ones that don't have fur.
Yeah, just straight.
Yes, the
skin,
hairless
just straight
one.
skin.
The hairless. Okay, I said the
What is
skinless.
that? The one off of
Whoa.
Like Austin Powers.
Skinless cat?
Okay. Anyway, I didn't mean to say skinless cat. I meant to say hairless cat.
hairless
Whoa.
cat? Yeah.
What we having tonight? Boneless, skinless cat with his boneless,
This is
skinless
skinless cat. Bull cat. This is,
Okay.
my
stop.
bad. I'm sorry.
Hey, there's only two ways to skin it. Okay. Anyway.
You don't want to keep going.
Okay. So we have two questions that we like to ask our guests when they come on. Babe, do you want to ask the questions?
It's easy, Brave.
It's the same questions.
All right. First question.
Wow.
What compelled you to join this conversation?
We were invited.
Yeah.
I mean,
Lucretia and you invited us. The timing worked out. Couldn't say no.
Didn't say no. Listen, that's what I'm excited y'all here. I can't wait. When you already started preaching in the beginning of your introduction. So we gonna have to start. We gonna have to, I'm gonna have to have a timer or something because I'm not gonna be before you long. That's why
about 5 more minutes.
5
10
more
I only
minutes
got
later.
3 points.
all right, cool. Yes. What's the next question, babe?
And what are your thoughts surrounding the current state of singles and dating nowadays?
Most singles don't take their time to actually date. They don't take the time to get to know somebody before they take that step of marriage. Because, it's two people that probably don't know about each other's history. You don't know about each other's quirks. You don't know about each other's tics, things that make them go off. And people don't spend enough time trying to get to know each other.
They don't spend enough time trying to get to know one another, and they just go off what they know.
That part.
From the
You
little
look
time.
good, but you can't build a relationship off of looks.
physical. That ain't all it is all about.
That's true.
I love that. Thank you, LaTasha. You got any thoughts?
That could be a whole name. Like, I mean, I'm gonna piggyback off of it. It's like you meet somebody, it's like, hey, what's your name? Look good. Ooh, really? And that's a whole, and you could just dive into it, and then and y'all have kids, and you name the kids Smell Good.
I cannot.
It's just a whole, good family, and it's really built on a lie because there's no foundation behind it. Like, so, and I'll kind of jump a little bit into our story. For us, it was, so we've known each other for 23 years. Never talked, never dated. Shout out to Upper Bound program here in North Carolina.
Oh wow.
Yeah, we did that from 2000 to 2004. So left the program, life happened, and then Facebook popped around.
Hey, it's your girl Lucretia Haley, speaker, author, and purpose and relationship coach. Can I speak to you for a bit? When it comes to relationships, finances, career switches, life transitions, and dealing with you, it does seem like a ton of work. You've been struggling with your next move in life or hitting a season of unknown, and some of you may feel like you are broken beyond repair, and it's gotten a little chaotic. Can I tell you something? Life will always be filled with chaos. You cannot run away from what is going on in this world and what you are hit with. You can control how purposeful you are once you wake up in the morning and start your day. It is a choice. Maybe in your prayer time and reflection, God has been telling you exactly what to do, and you've still been stagnant, or maybe you just don't even know where to start. In Finding Purpose Within the Chaos, 14-day journal workbook, you will hit 14 target areas in your life that may be keeping you from pressing go. Whether you are in these dating streets, needing to set boundaries at work, mending close relationships with close friends or relatives, or even overcoming procrastination, it's time to put in the work and take action. Let me help you with Finding Purpose Within the Chaos. It's now available on Amazon. Link in the description. Love y'all. Bye.
So yeah, we met. We've known each other 23 years. Upper Bound program. That was great. She says I slid in her DMs.
He did. He was in my DMs on Facebook.
And that may be true. I feel like she slid into mine too. I don't have the history because I got hacked, so I can't go back and retrieve that message. No more. But yeah, no, we started talking like we've been talking for years, and I went to. She had an apartment. She was living, doing her thing, living the independent life, and I showed up at her house. Flowers. It was my assumption, and my mind as a man, that every female, every woman likes flowers. That ain't the case. That's why it's important to get to know the person, right? So upon first seeing you in well over 15, 20 years, something like that, and the doctor you're doing give you flowers, and her response was, "Thanks. I don't like flowers."
Wait a minute. You said that, LaTasha?
I am not the girl that does flowers at all.
I got you.
There you go.
So you don't do flowers, and so he showed up at your door with them, and you told him that right from the start, or from when he presented them to you.
Brutally honest. I think that's another thing that he has learned about me, is that I'm brutally honest. So that's one thing that you always get from me is honesty.
Ooh, we're gonna have to break that one down.
Was the flowers at least your favorite color?
Did you like the shape of it?
Right.
Yeah. Listen, I learned quick. That was the first and last time that she ever got flowers from me. Yeah. So no. Yeah. So I've learned edible arrangements. It's her love language.
Ooh.
For Tasha, give her fruit. She's happy. So I was like, all right, bet, yeah, no. And so I joked and I told her, and I was like, well, yeah, it's a good thing these flowers right here is from the convenience store and I didn't actually order them. Bro, these, I spent a good, $10, $12 on these flowers at the convenience store on the way to the
I was just about to
Yeah,
say that on the
yeah.
way to the
Yeah,
house.
So let me grab something real quick, and it was just, oh gee, thanks. I don't like flowers. Okay, cool. So yeah.
So wait, hold on, back up real quick. So you said after how many years did you? What made you be like, okay, I need to do this? Like, I need to go approach her with flowers, or I need to start something up. Like, what? How did that even begin? Like, what was going on in your life where you was like, okay, yeah.
So in the conversation that we had upon just, hey, you want to meet up?
Okay.
Hey, can I, it's been forever. We've been talking, can we, let's get to know each other. Let's hang out. We're friends, right? Let's go hang out, do dinner. Being before getting with Tasha, just the single life portion of me was church. All I know is church. Like clubbing and street life. I've been to the club once my entire life. So I was foreign to that life, that concept, and everything else. So whenever it all happened, and it was like, okay, cool. I watch a lot of TV. So TV, they show you, okay, women like flowers, women like jewelry, candy, all this other stuff, chocolates. You know what I'm saying? All this stuff. So it's like, all right, go off what you know, and tried it. It didn't really work. So yeah, then it was just, you know what? All right, I like you. I went elementary, if I may, right? I like you. You like me?
I mean,
and waited for a response. I had prepared myself. The worst you can say is no.
True.
Right? And if I'm talking too much, tell me, because I can do that.
No, go ahead.
It was a whole thing from single. So when you were, I'll piggyback on your first question about the timing when people get together. Before you actually get with somebody, make sure that you're actually free yourself. I'm not talking the whole spiritually free. I'm not going down that rabbit hole. I'm talking relationship free, that you're not in another relationship while trying to talk to somebody else. That's called cheating in marriage. Right? I did that. When me and her first started talking, I was almost coming out of a relationship. So this was ending, and I knew it was pretty much over, almost trying to hold on to it, everything else. But, here goes Tasha, and I pretty much told her straight out the gate, listen, I like you. I want to get to know you better, but I'm still kind of in the middle of something, and I think it's pretty much done. So, like, where do we go? Like, how do I maneuver? And I waited for her response, and her response to me, this is my truth. Her response to me was God all day long, because she says to me, take care of what you got to take care of. I'm here. I ain't going nowhere. I'm like, wait a minute. Like, we ain't known each other. We ain't talked in years. And this response. So for me, that was my green light from Jesus saying, okay, yeah, she the one, she the wife. And hands down, go for it.
Yeah.
So I went ahead and ended what I ended or whatever. And we started talking, and the rest is history.
Wow. Come on, rest is history. That's not
what?
I want to know, because I'm invested now, and so I want to know, Tasha, your point of view of him coming in. I know he already expressed like how you felt in that phase, but a lot of times when we hear that men are in another relationship or whatever, it's more common now that I hear that, where they're either meeting men who are just, they're married but they're separated, or married men are approaching them, and it's like, come on. And you don't know. The women, they really don't know, and they don't find out until the guy actually expresses that after feelings have already gotten to play or whatever. But
or their wife pop up on them,
or the wife.
That part. Well, as far as my side on it, during that period of time, I was single. I had my oldest daughter, Shania, and I wasn't really interested in dating at that point. I was establishing myself in my career. I was starting a business, and I was pretty much just, taking it a day at a time. And when he came into my DMs, let me say that real loud. He was in my DMs, and he was like, "Hey, Tasha, how you doing?" just starting to start up a conversation. And again, like you said, it started as just a friendship, getting to know each other over again. Because even in the beginning, when we first knew each other, we knew of each other in Upward Bound. We were not friends. We were not trying to talk. He was not my type. And it was not a thing of, oh, he's cute. Maybe I should talk to him. No, it was, oh, that's just Thomas. He's funny. He's, not dislike him, but that's how I felt at that point in time. And then in retrospect, when it came to later on in life, as we evolve and we grow, that's what I was talking about in the beginning of the fact of getting to know someone.
Yeah.
Like, okay, sure. I don't mind getting to know you. I know of you, but I don't know you.
Yeah. Yeah.
So that's how it kind of initially started, was us getting to know each other. As going on lunch dates or dinner dates. And then, that evolved to, okay, he's okay, to maybe there's something there.
Yeah.
And then that evolved into, okay, I can chill with him for a little bit. He can come up to my apartment, kind of thing.
Yeah.
So it's just an evolution of getting to know each other in each other's stages and where we were at. And when he did tell me initially that he was in a situationship, is what I'm gonna call it. Like I said, I wasn't looking for anything serious. I was just trying to get to know him. So of course, my initial is going to be, okay, handle what you need to handle, because I'm not about to be number 3 in this, what you got going on. No. And if it started something, then okay, sure. But if not, there was no hard feelings, and there was nothing that was actually holding me to him.
I see what you mean. I could still get to know you, basically. You didn't have to tie anything. You didn't have to. And I think that's the key to a lot of the things that you're saying is, like, I heard you say friendship first, like, just be a friend. Like, I don't know you. Let's figure out what this foundation could look like just as a friendship. And then let's see where it can grow from there. That way you can give him time to figure, you ain't make no commitments, figure yourself out. If it works out, great. If it does, whatever that is. So I can definitely see that as a key to where relationships need to start.
Well, the thing is, he actually told the truth
from jump.
From jump, that's a whole different thing, because a lot of men, they be like, I'm gonna go handle this, and they still be in the situationship and then trying to start another relationship at the same time.
Yeah.
And I think another key point was, like what you said, he was honest about it. He didn't wait until we got further along and actually were something, and then now I'm gonna have to knock you over the head because you didn't came to me crazy. But I think another thing about how we started was, he knew coming in I had a child.
Yeah.
And in the beginning of it, it was, I never thought I would date someone that had children or had a child, because he was never into talking to anyone that had a child. And I'm like, well, me and her are a package deal. Like, you're not gonna meet her yet, but if you want to get to know me, just know that that's something that comes with
it. And that's key right there. Oh, go ahead, Thomas.
Well, that was a big one. That was a big pill to swallow. I think now in 2023, it's common, right? To talk to somebody, and the person, like, either one of the people that has children or whatever, and it's like, okay, cool. And it hasn't been that long, but still, just like that whole concept, like, as growing up as a Black man, it was always the notion of, and again, TV, I watch a lot of TV, so it's that whole stereotype right there. Don't date a woman with kids. You know what I'm saying? You get a woman with kids, you hook the rest of your life. It's that whole, that mindset. And it was like, all right. And I in my head, I was like, I want to back out. I ain't really sure if I really want to do this, because she has a child. Like, she cool. Yeah, she cute. A whole kid. Kid ain't mine. Yeah, do I legit want to do this? And because it's like not my child. And so that in itself has evolved into an amazing relationship with my daughter. It's been process, is my word. It's been a process of really getting to know her, right? not just coming in the gate as being a disciplinarian, but being a father, being a father figure, being a parent, being a friend, right, to the child. Because coming in, I had the mindset of, okay, yeah, and I'm sure most men have this mindset. All right, listen, you cute, yeah, okay, we're gonna play, tee that. I really want to get to know your mama. Like, I'm over here trying to holler at her.
Right. Well, where your
You
mama and the
cool
fruit
and all.
snacks?
Okay, listen. Right. Okay. You want a cookie? let me go over and I need to talk to your mama. But it was that whole mindset. But then, and as I took the time to really to get to know her, and then the woman, the young lady that she is now, it is very rewarding. I can say that now, because in the beginning I had a whole situation in my head, and I voiced it. I'm an honest individual. I'm the person that will tell on himself. Right? If you get in trouble with the police, I'm telling. Yeah, just put that out there. Okay. And with her, like I had, and I as a man, and I had to grow up. There it is. I had to grow up and really into manhood. Forget fatherhood, into personhood, into who Thomas is, right? The identity for who I am as a person before I can really get to know another person on that level. It took all of that. So I remember, like I had told Tasha at points as we started talking, yeah, you cool. I don't like your child. Like, I don't like her. Like and it was my truth to her. And I didn't realize that at the time when I said it, it hurt her. Right? Because you're talking, you're telling this other person that you're trying to get to know that you don't like somebody that they gave birth to.
Yeah.
Right? This is a whole other human being that they gave birth to way before you was ever in the picture, and you have the audacity to come out your mouth and say you don't like them when you haven't taken the time to get to know them. I did that prematurely, so I really had to add to, and it is nothing but Jesus. 9 years in, that we're still together.
Yeah.
Right? You're talking marriage. You're talking the singleness before marriage and everything else. Is that whole notion of two individuals coming together with their own ideologies, their own mindsets, their own emotions, feelings, family backgrounds, religion, whatever, coming together to try to form like something together. Like that takes work, and it takes an investment outside of a financial investment. And I'm going to get there. It takes that, because it takes a whole mental investment to transform and change your mind to say, okay, this is bigger than me. Right? Like I had to, really put myself in the shoes of, okay, I know you got to, and me and Shania, and that's her name, we had a whole conversation. I was like, all right, cool. I know your daddy. I know you got a daddy. Okay, cool. And so the beginning of stages of that for me, she used to call me Tatty because I wasn't her dad. My name's Thomas, so I was Tatty.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah. She developed that all on her own. Out of the blue. And so I was like, okay, cool. And she was my best friend. Like we were inseparable. Everything I did, she did it with me, da da da. And then Harmony came along. That's the baby. Right? So it's like my attention shifted. I threw Shania away, so to speak, right? Because now my attention is on Harmony, my flesh and blood. You're actually mine.
Yeah.
So then it took process, it took time, it took conversations to really rebuild the relationship with her. And in so doing, it made the relationship with me and Tasha, stronger. Like I at the wedding, I proposed to Shania too.
Awesome.
We did the whole vows but I actually made a vow to Shania too. So yeah, and every day I'm learning. You still have to live up to the vow even after the wedding.
Man, it's so dynamic. I'm sorry.
No, go ahead.
Oh, is that you're teaching not only from what a man who is coming into being a father, what that looks like in a blended family, but also how to respond to not only the child, but also your wife, because that's a whole thing in itself. Like, you have to be able to create that communication piece between your wife, how she feeling, how you feeling, all the things. But then not only now, you have to also cultivate the relationship with the child too, with Shania. So that is teaching a lot of people right there of what they should be looking for. Like, if they're looking for a man, what kind of man do you want what kind of father do you want for your children that you're trying to bring in, right? So that's amazing. Thank you for sharing that story. That was powerful.
Mm-hmm.
I loved it. I didn't know it. So I'm up here like, so
it's different to see where basically she's stayed and watch him reform his old thoughts to become somebody new. In other words, it was like he said, he watched a lot of TV, so a lot of thoughts and everything that he saw, he tried to play out, and it didn't work. So it's like, okay, let me do something different. Let me actually talk to her what she needs and go with that. So, and the thing is it wasn't just like, okay, boom, one time, all right, I'm good now, I'm a man. No, it's every step of the way.
It's a process.
And you can hear it every step of the way. It's like, okay, I had to do this, I had to do that, I had to do this. And even now, I still got to do that. So no, I appreciate that.
Shania gonna get older still, and so you still got to be in every stage.
Like you say, you got to hold on to them vows because it's gonna keep coming back.
The vow is that's what we don't understand. Like, the vow is not taken seriously nowadays.
No,
the vow. And when you said, not only did I propose, to LaTasha, but I proposed to Shania, like, that's powerful in itself. And people don't understand what that brings and how what commitment truly means. So yeah.
All right, so I'm gonna go on to the next question. You speaking financials. Where were you financially before you both met? I really right. Yeah. Okay.
Looking at you.
Let's go first.
You go.
Before we got together, I had my own apartment. Of course, I was working pretty much a 9-to-5, plus I was opening or starting a small business. So I was pretty okay. Had a good little savings, good little place. But as far as credit was concerned, it wasn't the best. But I had enough credit to get what I need.
Nope.
Right.
Hey.
So
Crazy.
I was like, that was important to me. What about you, sir?
What about you? She said.
You're right. You like
turn it on.
Right. You like that? Yeah.
I like it.
Yeah. It was financially. Well, I was good. I was stingy.
Very.
I ain't gonna lie. I was very. I'm not gonna use them other people terms and say frugal. No, I wasn't frugal. I was stingy. Like, it was straight, like it was my money. And my philosophy was, get paid, pay Jesus, pay my bills, and save. Like, just keep the rest. And then that's where I was. And then my mother told me something that I feel it was good advice, but for me, it wasn't good advice because I took it literally. And she says to me, she says, it's good to work, but don't forget to have something to show for it. Don't tell me that. Don't tell me. Okay, bang, let's go. Ball out. And every Friday, or it was Fridays then, or Tuesdays, or whenever New Music Tuesdays dropped, or whatever that was back in the day, I was at Walmart every 2 weeks, dropping $15, $20 on the newest CD. Yeah. Right, when we actually had CDs and CD players, what I'm saying?
Those are the fun times.
Listen, okay, what you doing this weekend? Burning CDs.
Yep. Oh my God.
So doing all of that, financial wise, I was good. Credit wise, I was always conscious of it. It's like, okay, cool, gotta have this to get what I want. Right? You gotta have money, but you also gotta have good credit to get what I want. So just really pushing myself to make sure that everything was paid on time. And my mindset as a single person, right? Most people's mindset, I'll just speak from a man's perspective. I feel, from me, it was a standpoint of go get it, right? Anybody gonna give it to you, so you got to go get it yourself. So that's what I did. 2 jobs in school. I'm out here chasing paper. I'm out here trying to get my money, and and so it was like, all right, go get the money, go get the money, go get the money, and that had to shift and change when I got married. Made sure that money and everything else was stable and was good. And then when I got married, that shifts a little bit, because it says I'm not just here. I can't just take care of me, right? You're talking. I went from 28 years old living at my mom's house, and everybody's moving out, getting apartments, living on their own thing. 2022. Nah. My line was this to people: I'm sorry, I'm allergic to rent. I can't. Like, I couldn't actually it didn't make sense to me to throw money away to pay rent every month, and it's not mine.
Sure.
I'm giving you something, but it ain't mine. It didn't make sense. So I'm like, nah, my mama let me stay home at her house. I had a car, I had a job, do what I want, go as I please.
Yeah.
And I was like, all right, I was good. And then did that, and then left there, and then moved into Tasha's apartment with her.
Okay. Gotcha.
Yeah, she already had a spot. Yeah.
Wow.
And so
That's a whole. Go ahead.
To rent then, though.
He wasn't allowed. He wasn't allergic to rent.
It's like, rent. What's that?
What?
What does this mean? What?
No, to hear that is refreshing, because it's the whole like, nowadays it's frowned upon to meet a man who still lives with their parents, still live with their mom, because it sounds like, oh, your mom is still taking care of you, kind of situation.
Mama's boy.
Yeah, mama's boy. It's kind of like steer clear, like, oh, I don't know if was any thoughts like that came up, LaTasha, when you knew that, or was it like you looked past that? Like, how did that go in your mind with this situation with him?
Good question, Lucretia.
I'm looking at his face. He's like, and
Well, for me, I always looked at it as a thing of we all have choices. And for some people, depending upon what type of lifestyle they live, being at home and saving money is a better option for them. For me, for what I wanted and for the things that I knew my mother was not going to allow, I had to do it on my own. So for me, it was a better option for me to get out there and get my own apartment. I had a child, so I was able to come and go as I please. And it just forced me to grow up quicker. Not to say that didn't work for him, but hey, different strokes for different folks. I never thought about the simple fact of, or it never really was a big issue to me, the fact that he did stay with his mom or his parents. That's what worked for him. That's what worked for him. I couldn't be in the same situation, as the older you get,
man,
I can't be with, I can't stay with my mama.
Yeah.
I can't do it. I love it, but no ma'am. No ma'am.
Yeah, and so I don't know if you want to get into specifics, but did he make more than you at the time? Like, were you financially stable? It sounded like you were, Thomas, like you were financially stable enough, but before y'all got together, like actually got married and stuff like that. But was it a thing to where you're like, you were searching for someone or wanted someone who matched your level of income or more? Like, did that matter? Or if he made less, would that have been a factor? Like, how was that financial dynamics in that sense? Did it not? Yeah.
Okay. For me, it didn't necessarily matter because I was holding my own.
Gotcha. Yeah, that's why I wanted to hear.
And he was holding his own, so we were pretty much equal in that aspect.
Sure. But
I think it has always been a clear guideline for us, even from the beginning, was if you don't have it, I have it. If I don't have it, you got it. So we have all been in stages from our relationship into our marriage where maybe someone was making less than the other and someone had to take up more slack.
Yeah.
And we've always been in the whole mind frame of, like I just said, if you don't have it,
Sure.
I got it.
I like
If
that.
I don't got it, you got it. Or if we both don't have it, we're gonna work together till we get it. So
we gonna figure it out eventually.
we're gonna
Something had
figure
to
it out
happen.
because we still have to be that. And
Jesus paid it all though, LaTasha.
he sure did. But these bills come monthly. So he been working it ever since.
Can I tell you? Can I tell you that line don't work? And I tried it. I did.
I'm sure
I
you
sure
did.
did.
I'm
You know
sure
I
you
did.
did.
I did. I have no call about me. I surely did. I had a whole conversation with a bill collector, and they were saying, "Well, hey, we need this, that, and third." And just because I am who I am, and I don't care. And I flat out told the lady, I said, "Well, ma'am," she said, "Well, when are you gonna have the money?" I said, "Well, let me ask you a question." And she said, "Well, what's that?" I said, "Well, do you believe in Jesus?" I told her, I said, "Well, ma'am, I'm just crazy enough to believe that if you put your faith in mine, and we pray, we touch and agree that the Lord will work this out.
Right.
And He gonna send me the money, then I give you the money." And she was like, "Huh." I said, "Well, I'm gonna go over here and pray. I'm gonna let you go, so you can go pray too." You have a good night. And we got off the
Go
phone.
pray too.
We're gonna pray together that you get this money somehow, some way.
Right. But no, like money wise, like that whole conversation for us has been, I'm gonna go back to my word, a process conversation, because it's always one of those well, okay, I got it, or you got it, or this, that, and the third. And so as a man, right? Men are taught that our job and role as a man is to provide, protect, saying, take care of the home, yada, take care of the family, wife, kids, whatever, right? And no knocking any of those men that have the whole mindset of, my wife ain't got to work, she work if she want to, I take care of, or if she asks for me for money to, like that, okay, great, that's your philosophy,
right?
Because a lot of men in 2023, and I'm sure you guys have heard it, have this whole this no knock nonsense when it comes to them not believing in 50-50 relationships. Right? It's like, what is that? That is the reality of what we live in nowadays, right? Where in order to survive, you have to have a 2-income household,
right?
To actually live. Like, I'm not saying live successfly, live comfortably.
Just to
right?
live, survive.
Period. So so that right there, so that has always been just our go-to from day one. It's been challenging, but it takes a level of communication, of honest, transparent communication, and prayer. I'm gonna knock that one out. But just to be able to sit down with each other, right, and have a true conversation. Look, here go the bills. Here's the check. What we looking like. Can we take care of this? Can we do this? Can we do this? And then me being me is having to come. I had to come out of the mindset of it's okay. I had to go back into my little hole of it's okay to save again, right? Because mind you, I came out of that, right? So I had to go back to it a little bit and say it's okay to save, but still live, right? Because my focus became pay these bills, go to church, everything else gonna be fine. I won't focus on saving. I won't focus on taking a vacation. Like, nah, like my mindset was, and I say was, pay these bills. Well, what bills meant, I didn't include grocery as a bill. That's a bill. That's a whole bill.
Okay.
That's a bill.
A high one.
I didn't include that in the bills. It was what I owed the people. Those are bills. right? Gas wasn't a bill.
Mm-hmm.
So I figured, you know what? Whatever money we got, pay these bills. Well, and Tasha would say, well, okay, what we're going to eat? Me being me, listen, we're going to eat these cheese and crackers and be happy.
Because that's what you
You know?
left. That's what it is. Okay.
Right.
So thank you for that. You were talking about some of the things y'all had to overcome as far as maybe challenges in finances and what y'all really had to be transparent about. And one was like the bills and things like that. Like, what other challenges would you say that can help other people out there that maybe can help them on their journey to speaking with their person? Maybe before marriage, maybe during marriage. Like, what are some crucial conversations when it comes to money and finances that you feel you want to offer some advice to? And maybe you can offer something that you personally went through.
Sure. One key thing that we both found out that we had to really talk about in the beginning was, how much do we really bring into the house? You know, after Uncle Sam takes his portion, what exactly is going to make it into the account? And
yeah.
What is really going to make it to that account before anything touches it after Uncle Sam? And then once we know the clear baseline of where our funds are coming from, we had to come together and say, okay, are we going to have a joint account or are we going to have separate accounts?
And that's a topic that, hold on, you touching on some toes now, Tasha. When you talk about this joint and separate, y'all gotta tell us what you did.
Well, for us, we have both.
Okay.
We have a joint account that our money flows into.
Okay.
That we pay our bills from. But we also have separate accounts for saving. We have separate accounts for vacation. We have separate accounts for in case funds. We have different accounts that are set up so that we can financially be successful in our marriage and in our relationship. Because if we don't put our money in our joint account, neither one of us knows what's coming into the house.
That's it.
So there's too many secrets out there.
Too many.
Secondly, if we want to say we know we need to draw from that one account and put over there for said saving or said bill or different things. Same thing with our business. We have 4 businesses. So we have 4 business accounts. And we don't commingle. We don't mess with house money. Mixing it with business money. Because that will get you in trouble with the I, the R, and the S.
Listen.
So
we don't want that.
That part. And jailhouse orange does not look good on either one of us. So we just had to have a clear conversation of, are we going to join our money so we can see everything? Or were we just gonna assign bills and pay it that way? For us, assigning bills and having separate accounts does not work for us. We like to collectively see what exactly is coming into the house. That way we can make educated decisions on where funds need to go.
Yes, together.
Yes, together. And another key thing for us when it comes to our finances is writing it out. Not just having a conversation, but we have a monthly calendar for every single month. And we write down what bills, what date it comes out, and how much exactly it is to the cent.
Wow.
Because we need to know in black and white. I mean, I'm a visual learner. I need to see it in front of my face. I can think of it all day. Like, he knows certain days and all days and how much things are, but I need to see it. So in order for it to be paid on time or before time, I need to see it in black and white. So you need to figure out what best works for you. For some people, putting it on their calendar on their cell phone works. For some people, you need to see it in black and white where you write it out. That works. For some people, just having a conversation, oh, all bills come out on the 15th, push it. Some people do auto drafts and things of that nature. So you just need to know the nature of how you both communicate effectively and work it out with that plan. All finances need is a plan. And that way you can better suit it to where it needs to go.
Ooh, that all finances need a plan, right? So tell me, when did y'all get clarity on how to coordinate that? Was that during y'all premarital stage? Was it when y'all first got, like, how did y'all work that out? Or was it like, poof, like we doing it tomorrow? Like how did it work for that? Because I know a lot of people are like, ooh, that sounds like a lot of work. You
It
know,
does.
what did it take to get to that
No,
point?
please.
He's the talker, but when it comes to things that I'm passionate about, I like to talk on it.
I love it. Come on, Tasha.
So for us, we had to have that talk very early in our relationship because there were certain goals that we wanted to meet. That was part of us learning about each other and what we wanted. So to start from the beginning of our financial goals and
Yeah.
to now, when we were dating and when we were talking about what we wanted out of our lives, it also included goals. And they were short-term goals at that, 1 month, 5 months, a year, so on and so forth. And from the time that we started talking, we talked about certain things that we wanted. Like for me, when we got engaged, one of the key things I told him I wanted was what? A house. I wanted a house. I did not want a what? What did I want?
Test. It's a test. Come on, Thomas.
Okay, maybe
Stop the recording.
let me better preface this. What did I want? What did I want? Instead of what did I want? What did I ask for? I asked for a house.
Right.
But what did you want me to have?
Oh, okay.
Hell yeah. So okay, yes. So I wanted her to have a big old ring. Like I wanted again, you talking to somebody who watches TV. So I was gonna go out there and drop whatever. I wanted to give you 5-6 carats. Like I'm talking rocks on rocks, right? And she was like, oh, that's cute. She was like, but I gotta wear it. I'm not into gaudy. So it was the whole thing of, okay, you wanted a house, cool. And this ring right here, because you gotta wear it, you can go pick it out. I'll pay for it all day. You go pick out what you want to wear. And that's how we worked it.
Wow.
Our financial journey, because me personally, I'm not, like you said, I'm not into gaudy jewelry.
Materials.
I want something that's gonna fit me. And so the big, massive ring that maybe everybody would have been like, ooh, and eyeing over, I wanted a house. I wanted something that I could call my own, something that we could raise our family, something that we could establish ourselves in very early in our relationship. So that kind of started our financial planning with, okay, we're going to have to start saving up for said house. I don't care if we build a house, if we got a prefabricated house, if we bought an older house, we were going to have earnest money to buy a house. And that kind of went in with our goals of what direction we wanted to go in. So within the span of us getting engaged, we knew we were going to have to pay for a wedding, a house, and then we also found out we were 6 months pregnant. So we were having a baby all together.
Everything just came all at once.
So I think all of those things in the very beginning kind of started our financial journey and where we are now, because we had to literally plan 3 major events that we had to pay for on our own.
So it was like a teamwork, like team boot camp. Like y'all had to go through all the things.
We had to do on-the-job training very quickly.
Right, on-the-job training
very quickly.
No, what I like about what you talked about, LaTasha, is about how y'all came together and expressed the needs and the wants and desires, and how you had to find alignment in that. And you became like, you're like, this is what I want. I want the house. I don't have to have the ring. I ain't gotta have all the things, but this is where my values are. This is where, and then Thomas, you had to come into alignment, like, oh, okay, well, this is where you are. So I'm gonna go ahead and do what you say. Like, that's key. And then sometimes we don't do that. I know we don't try to, or I hear that, it's more so the man provides, he gonna give me what I want. or vice versa, or she's going to take what I give and that's going to be it. This is going to be us, you know. But it's more so you have to talk about it. You got to communicate that. And that started early. You didn't wait until marriage to start the conversation. I think that's what's also sometimes happening out there is it's like, yeah, let's get married and we'll figure that all out when
time is of the essence.
Yeah.
Because like I said, we had 3 major events that were happening all at once. So literally we signed or closed on our house. We built our house. So
wow.
we had to, like I said, have earnest money for that. Yeah. So I mean, that's not no little $100 sum. You got to have thousands. We paid for our whole wedding, and we had a child all together. So it was like, bam, we got engaged. Bam, we started plans on building our house. Bam, we had a child. So it was like all these things.
All the things that came knocking down. Yeah, that's
right. Like
it was a process.
It moved very fast. It moved very fast, and I'll give you the breakdown of how it happened. Started talking in January, February, March of 12. Okay. Right, 12, 13-ish. Fast forward. She told me what she told me. I was like, all right, bet, cool. And then and I was invested at that point. December of 2013, I asked her to marry me. I proposed, right? So I automatically knew this. Like, all right, cool. We started talking the same year we started talking, the end of the year, I already know. Boom. So ask her, you know, did the proposal, everything else. Fast forward a year later, get married October of 14. We blueprint the house December of 14.
Wow.
Harmony's born February of 15. Close on the house June of 15.
Ooh.
So all of these things are happening rapidly. And it's just like, okay, cool. And we did everything. And this is why, so communication, I'm gonna go back to communication is so important. In every stage, right? Not just marriage, but we're talking dating, we're talking friendship, we're talking, you know, the little things. What's your favorite? Go back to the basics. Ain't nothing wrong with that. What's your favorite color? Right? You know, little things like that, and they go a long way, and you build upon these things. So I learned it this way, and I've heard it, and it made good sense to me that if you can sleep together, you can have your money together. If you share a bed and do what you do, why can't you do the same thing with your money?
Listen, that needs to be a shirt, a quote, a TV show, something.
A TV show. Hey,
reality one.
I can see that.
But no,
on Netflix.
That's truth.
Because it makes sense. Like, it just, because if you can, you know, create a child and, you know what I'm saying, have that experience, we're talking dollars, which in some cases will lose its value, right? So it's all of that. And then having the, like, where does your money go, right? We're talking, so having that conversation of, okay, this dollar goes here. I paid this bill, this how much this bill was, and I'm gonna go ahead and pay this bill. Now, a nugget right fast. Being open enough to have that conversation with your spouse or with your, we'll talk marriage with your spouse, and to have that whole negative, hey, this is how much the money is, this is how much that bill is. Or is it cool? I'm gonna go ahead and pay it. Is it okay if I go ahead and pay it? Now, men, that's not asking their, I'll say it this way. It's not demeaning you as a man because you're talking to your wife and asking, quote unquote, permission, to do something that is automatically deemed to have been done as a man. Nah, it don't make you weak. None of that's all, that's trash. None of that. But it's a whole responsibility factor right there that says, hey, you know what? I'm gonna go ahead and take care of this. but if I take care of it, will it throw a wrinkle in the plans?
Mm-hmm.
Can we afford to actually put all this money on this bill?
Mm-hmm.
Or do we need to put half on this bill?
Yeah.
And then be sure to save and grab or do whatever we got to do to actually take care of the other half. Budgeting responsibly.
Yeah.
Is major. And this conversation needs to happen before you get married. Actually create the budget before you get married.
Yeah.
That is one of the nuggets we teach at Wilson and Wilson Consulting. Plug.
Hey.
Yes.
Go ahead and plug it. Tell them.
Listen, you guys, yeah. But no, if you guys, yeah, that is what we do. Wilson and Wilson, we do we are your faith-based financial consultants.
Yeah.
If you guys need help budgeting, credit restoration, I say credit restoration, everybody says credit repair. I changed it. I don't, because if I look at it from this perspective, if your car needs repair, that means something is broken. That means the tire's flat. That means you need an oil change, this, that, and the third, right? So that means you do what? You go get it fixed. You go get it repaired. They put a Band-Aid on the oil seal or whatever, or here we go, flat tire, right? Get a flat tire on the side of the road. 9 out of 10, if you can't make it to the shop, what do? Let me go out some fix a flat, right? Yeah. You're going to repair, you're going to plug or patch the tire. If you keep driving on that same tire, that patch is going to come off. So that is what people do with credit. Let me throw a Band-Aid on it just to try to get what I want, but I'm not going to restore it. Restoration means if I'm going to bring it back to the original state from which it was and where there was never any issues. So that is what we do. We look at your full picture. We do not have 10 or 12 or however many Googleable steps that says do XYZ. I don't have that. Sorry. I can tell you to go to Google all day long. Yeah. We don't provide that. So with us, it's more so, okay, our process is as follows. 1, okay, Jesus, I got a client, they want help with their credit. Can I take, is it the right timing for us to take a client? Do we actually have the time? With everything going on in our lives, this is good. Businesses, church, life, kids, do we actually have time to dedicate and be disciplined enough to actually help somebody else manage their own finances? Because truthfully, I might be in a spot where mine ain't actually managed right now. So can I actually take while I might need their money to help pay another bill in my house? I want to be sure I give them full attention. Yeah. Right. So we ask that question. Is it the right timing? And then if God says okay, then we jump in. Okay, cool. And then He gives us steps. We do everything. We do everything through prayer. Prayer, scripture is our go-to. We pray with the person, honestly, and then without them as well to find out. Okay, give us a plan to help them get to exactly what they need to get, so we can help them. And so He gives us that, and we kind of flow from there, and we go through our process with the individual to help them get to where they need to be. Everybody asks for how long. That is the American question. How long will it take to get my score up? Truthfully, there is no, a lot of people out here, they're saying 3 to 6 months. It takes more than that. It honestly takes more than 3 to 6 months for your score to jump from a 500 to an 800. I don't care if you pay somebody's $200 a year or a week or month. If they're doing it that way, that's something illegal. Something is not, something ain't right. Something is not right. Your score does not jump that fast. It takes time for your score to mature and actually get to where it's supposed to be. So that is what we do. So yeah, if you guys need help, anything else like that, then definitely hit us. And we'll give all that information in the show for how they can find us, follow us, and we're more than happy to help. But yeah, definitely being able to have conversations regarding finances, conversations regarding truth about each other and where you stand with finances. That's another one. That's a big one. She's telling me to wrap it up, so I am. That because I can talk. That's a big one. And because like I can easily have a whole mindset of, okay, hey, I got paid, I'm gonna pay this bill. She can have a whole mindset of, hey, I got paid, but I'm gonna save. Right? It don't line up with me. It don't line up with my thought. So it's like, well, wait a minute. I want to pay this bill. Can we do it? And so coming to that good balance, right? That good solid line balance, that conversation piece, that little fine line in the sand, if you will, that says, you know what? Yep, we're on the same page. Not getting here's another one I'll throw in right fast that I feel a lot of people do is getting upset with the individual after they paid said bill. Right?
I used to do that. I used to do that when he didn't tell me. He said, I paid it. You paid it?
You sure you paid it?
You paid the bill.
I'm thinking, it's like, I don't want the lights.
But I needed to know that it's going out so I could coordinate the groceries, how we eating, if you paying bills. Like,
I was supposed to use that for something that, oh, my bad.
But then, yeah, go ahead, Tasha.
To get in trouble with that because, like most females, we are more nurturers. We're more of, okay, we have to worry about groceries. We have to worry about maybe the kids need something, or we need to save because we're going to be doing said activity. And here you go,
paying bills,
paying something
I done paid the whole mortgage.
That's not on that schedule.
Yeah, it's outside the cycle. I'm like, oh,
let's have a conversation about that first, sir. You forgot about your daughter needing money for gymnastics,
right?
And you done went and spent her gymnastics money.
Mortgage paid though.
No, the mortgage paid though. Right. We in the house.
Well,
I'm like, I'm grateful for that, but we didn't talk about it. So I think that was another thing. We had to learn the difference between wants and needs, and when it came to certain financial things, wants and needs really drew that lovely fine line in the sand for us. The difference between what we needed to survive with, or what we needed to make our family go, versus what we want.
That's a part two. We really need to come back and just have a whole other conversation with y'all.
It's we could be here till midnight talking about the shondo. No, but I want to touch something real quick because I like what you said, Thomas, about how you pray about it, getting clients, and is it the right season for us during this time? Because that's the whole part. We don't realize that we're still pouring out. Like, I'm still in the midst of getting clients myself. Like, I get clients here and there, and I have to communicate and say, hey, you know, I have a client, we good or whatever. And he's like, okay, well, I got to have the kids for a little bit. Because he's going to have to take responsibility, do the cooking or whatever, because I now have a 6-week coaching client that I have to walk through the process with. It takes a lot out of me to do that. And then, but does it fit in our schedule? How many do I have? And so, I want to move on to just real quick, and then we could start closing, is the entrepreneurial aspect as far as coming to a close, is like, Tasha, you said, I think y'all said you're combined, y'all have 4 businesses, or okay. Can y'all talk a little bit about that, and how do y'all do that? Married with kids and live and stuff. Just what you can.
Well,
what are they, and then how you do it? Yeah.
Glory. So, for me, my 9 to 5, I guess you want to call it, is I own a salon and spa here in Sanford, North Carolina, called Full Circle Beauty Consulting, where I have 4 lovely consultants that do hair, nails, massage, facials, and that's basically what I do Monday through Friday. And another one of our businesses is the Oil and Water Lifestyle, where we do custom blended teas. So I make 17 different tea blends. We do natural body care. So we have customized body and beard oils, scrubs, lotions, you name it, we probably have it. Our daughters have, they make lip glosses and lip oils.
Oh.
And then, yes, we also have Wilson and Wilson Consulting, which is our financial piece, where we do faith-based financial consulting and helping people with their credit. Then this year, I just opened Modestly Adorn Accessories and Apparel, where I make custom made to order garments. So I customize garments and accessories. So we make clothes, bags, shirts, a little bit of everything. But I sew. So I also do alterations, hemming. So those are all 4 of our businesses.
Why are you in North Carolina? What?
Because that's where that's where that is where we chose to be at for right now.
Where y'all at?
We're in Kansas City. In Missouri, Kansas City, Missouri, right now.
So our motto is this.
Okay.
Have gas will travel, but in this age of 2023, if you're trying to fly us out, then hey,
you're gonna get flued out. If you get flued out. Okay.
Okay.
I see you. I see a whole event in mind. I see something happening. I don't know. But let's another level. Let's talk. So how do y'all manage all of that marriage and everything with all the businesses? How do y'all keep your relationship thriving and the businesses thriving?
Well, Jesus in a schedule.
Okay.
We believe in the Lord. He is the first.
Okay.
But you see these good devices right here hold all of our schedules and everything all the different moving pieces, whether it be business, whether it be our kids, their special events. Like our oldest daughter is graduating this year and going into college. So it's like she has a lot of senior stuff going on. Our youngest daughter has plenty of things going on. And then we still have to make time for each other. So it's like scheduling time, even if it's just a little bit of time, a moment of time. We have really learned that evidently nighttime is best for us to communicate. I always tell people that are new or freshly getting into a relationship, find out if you're a morning person or a night person.
You know what?
Because you need to know when your spouse can best communicate with you. Me personally, I'm not a morning person. I'm a night person. If you want to get something to me, nighttime is my time. He is a morning person. But we have to meet in the middle. So I'll wake up early if I know we need time together to meet him at his level. He'll stay up later if he needs to tell me something so that we can have our time.
Okay.
The struggle.
The struggle.
It is a struggle, but guess what?
I am night
It's the only way we can do it.
Definitely night owl. I'm like, I got to go to bed. You up here night owling it. And so
I'm like, you can talk to me all night. I'm fine. She's like, I'm struggling and I gotta go to bed.
I won't be talking clearly. Clarity won't be clarity. And so
but that's why it's important to know your person.
Yeah.
You know, if that's truly your person, you're gonna be willing to stay up later or wake up earlier so that need can be met.
Yeah. That's good. Ooh.
Right. So one of our babies, the only one lifestyle. I'd say that we've had that business the longest. We've had that business. It'll be 5 years next year.
Okay.
And it is one of those businesses because we make we get the tea, but we have to actually make the tea. Like we don't grow it, none of that crazy stuff, but we scoop it and actually Tasha she makes the oils, makes the lotion, makes the scrub. She does all these things. I sent all the information to you via messenger.
You saw our faces like oils. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. I got you. Body oil, beard oil, and some hair oils. Herbal scalp serum. She specializes in natural hair, so locks and all that fun stuff. She does all that stuff.
You're gonna order. Yep.
But yeah, so it's like for me, sacrifice, right? You talking about the struggle. 11:30 for me every night. Oh, it's bedtime. It's time to go to bed. I don't want to do nothing. Don't ask me to do nothing. But for me, it's like, okay, like we have, like this weekend, for instance, we have 2 events coming up. So it's like, all right, what you need help with? Or for me, I've learned, so for me, because I'm not a night person, I'll tell her this, for the teas, go ahead and let's figure out what we need to do for that portion of it. And while I'm working during the day, I can go ahead and have that done. Because I'm up, I'm in the zone, I can go ahead and do that.
Okay.
And at nighttime, we can talk. but you try to get me to work at night. No,
Working at night.
I'm gonna work, but I'm gonna be in my feelings. Okay, okay. How much more we got? Are we done yet? Because I'm sleepy.
When you going to bed?
That's me. That's me.
Right,
I'm that.
right.
I'm you.
Like I can't take it. But no, it is truly amazing to be able to have businesses, right? And to work effectively at these businesses while being married.
Yeah.
Right? Like I'm not just talking to business partner. All right, well, hey, I'll see you tomorrow. Nah. Like this is I come home with you, we do business together, we go and life and continues on. So that's why, like she said, about really knowing if it's your person, right? Because if it's not your person, then you may be great business partners, but you may not be good, husband wife. Like you can't work together. Like you see so many people who say, okay, we're better off as friends. We're not good married together. Whatever that means. So yeah, it definitely pays a great deal of attention to pay attention. There we go. I'm gonna say it that way.
Holy Spirit.
Right. He dropped that one.
Yeah.
It takes a great deal of attention to pay attention to who's in your life and who's in your circle.
That's good.
Right. When it comes down to this business, having 4 businesses is truly a lot, but like it's been a journey. It's rewarding, and once you get that streamline of communication, the money will come.
Oh, yeah. That's preaching to us. We're still learning the process as we do this together, but it's been a journey with us. But yeah, it's encouraging to hear, and I'm sure encouraging for those out there who have businesses, or even as they're talk to their partner about wanting to own something or whatnot, what that can look like for them. And as they talk about values and goals and dreams and generational wealth and all the things, like it's important to talk about things like this now while y'all in the dating engagement phase. Did you have any thoughts that you wanted to bring before we close?
Oh no, he said it right there.
Man, y'all, this was an awesome discussion. I enjoyed this immensely. I'm gonna be playing it back again and again because I was like, yes, I'm gonna be playing this back because it's really blessed me. I know it's gonna bless the people, and I really, really appreciate y'all coming on and speaking to us.
Thank you.
About love, about how y'all met, the marriage piece, the financial piece, and especially the business piece. Like that was really important. Are there anything, I know you already presented the businesses that you all have. Is there anything you want to tell the audience, or final thoughts that you want to give the audience about how they can reach you, or what they can see from you coming soon? Anything that you want to give as we close?
Sure. All right. So listen, people. Again, thank you to the Haleys. Can we shout out the Haleys? Thank you guys so much. Listen, we appreciate you both for having us, for even thinking of us to have us on your podcast. Okay, listen, you guys, go and stream this podcast on Spotify. Go ahead, follow, subscribe, all that fun things as well. YouTube. Absolutely. Listen, because I'm already on all of that. So you guys go get it. Okay, go get it. I listen. I'm caught up, so I'm loving it. Definitely waiting for the next episodes. But for us, the Wilsons, listen, you guys can catch us everywhere. So we're Wilson and Wilson Consulting on Facebook, Wilson's Consult on Instagram, the Oil and Water Lifestyle on Facebook and Instagram, Full Circle Beauty Consulting, Facebook, Instagram, honestly, Adorn Accessories and Apparel, Facebook and Instagram.
Honestly, Adorn Studio on Facebook and Instagram.
There you go.
Okay.
There you go. Listen, you guys can catch me and sometimes Tasha, okay? For Wilson and Wilson Weekends.
Yeah.
Listen, come on. Yeah, absolutely. So yeah, definitely guys catch us Saturday mornings, 10 o'clock Eastern Standard Time, Sunday evening, 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, and sometimes on Friday evenings at 7 or 8 p.m., depending upon who our guest is. In terms of big things coming up, we got a couple of vending events this weekend, so you guys have to stay locked. We got a live show coming at you this Friday evening at 8:00. Wilson and Wilson Weekends. But the flyer will be dropping soon. Yeah, so definitely stay in tune. Listen, I'll drop this here just because we are on an amazing podcast. So listen, if you guys need a good read, listen, I wrote a book.
Yes. Say the name of the book.
The name of the book is How I Found God, Manual of Freedom Through Finances. It's a compilation of my truths. So in this book, I give you my journey of finances and how I did it, how I'm doing it. But the different principles, the different practices that I'm learning. I worked at a bank for 10 years. So the experiences and different things that I learned while working there, plus faith and everything else, is all coupled up into that book. So definitely a great read. It has a spot in there so you can put notes, as well, give you some good nuggets. And then if you buy the book, listen, if you buy the book and you can get it on Amazon or you can inbox me directly, Thomas Wilson, and we will have set up a free a budgeting meeting with you. So there's definitely an incentive there. We'll set that up with you for you as well. So listen, if you guys want to write this down, go to the website https:// Wilsonsconsult. CONSULT. So WILSONSCONSULT.com.
Yes.
Go to that website and you will put in the code Wilson Manual for a free downloadable basic budget sheet as well. So you guys go listen, get the book today. It is on Amazon. 17, but if you see me in person, it's 10. So absolutely. So listen, you guys check us out, and we can't wait to come back and hang out with the Haleys.
Yeah, we definitely gonna have to invite y'all back. We got some more to talk about because y'all, man.
They gonna have to send me all them links.
Yeah.
I gotta put them links in there.
So I did. I sent it to Lucretia.
Okay.
Okay.
So
Let me. Yes, we'll talk about getting all the links, and we're gonna put them all in the description.
Yeah,
so it'll be all up in there on all of the things. Okay.
Don't miss none.
And first of all, Wilson and Wilson Weekends. Thomas, he is live and hype. Okay, I don't know. Y'all see him here. He's like, yes, my name is Thomas, and I'm, but he is like live and hype, and like I went on to interview with him, and I was like, I was cool. I came in pretty energized, but then once he started, I was like, well, wait a minute.
I gotta match it.
I match the energy. And so y'all catch it
5 o'clock in the morning too.
Listen, yes, I wake up like this, you guys. Listen, when I tell you I'm a morning person, like I get the kid ready for school 5:15, 5:30. I pop out the bed, okay, boom, let's go. Take on the day, full throttle, and I don't drink coffee.
That's what I meant. He's the first half dad. I'm second half.
No, I'm the
second half.
first half.
I tried first half. I'm like, ooh.
The first he is I'm the I do everything in the morning, and he come home, and yeah, and I'm like, I'm done, I'm tired, but so yeah, right, tag your teamwork, okay. But again, I really appreciate y'all for coming in, y'all. Those who are listening, again, subscribe. If you got any comments, please rate and review all the things that y'all do and that y'all been doing. We appreciate y'all for listening to this episode. Until next time, y'all. Peace.
Thank you for tuning into When Marriage and Purpose Collide podcast.
Click on the link in the description to learn a little more about us. Subscribe and send a review on your takeaways or any new insight you have gained in this episode.
See you back here for our next episode. Peace.